10 years ago now, I built this house in Minecraft. Yeah, it's pretty weird, but it was my first house that I put real effort into, and admittedly I was pretty proud of it at the time. But I have been thinking lately about what this house would look like if I tried improving it 10 years later, with all of the new blocks in the game and all the new additions. Right here, I just recreated my first ever house as best as I could from memory. It's not exact, but honestly it's as good as I can make it. But I do remember a few key details such as the cake table, these couches, this like fireplace. However, now jumping to modern Minecraft, I can begin the transformation. Okay, I'm not going to pretend like it has been a week since the last audio was recorded, but here I am. So to begin, I began making a bit of an outline, but before that I had to tear down the entire house because like I can't realistically just like transform what I have already into the house because it's too big, and as you'll see in a bit, I have pretty big plans for what I'm going to do with all three of those blocks, the cobblestone, bricks, and quartz ore. So yeah, I did end up settling on this like fairly simple shape for the house. I mean, it's not complicated, but I think that it would look good. It's certainly better than the original box. But hey, after I got the outline done, I did decide to just start working on the walls, which it's going to be first cobblestone, then bricks, and then the quartz ore to start with until I texture them, and it's just going to be, each one is going to be its own floor, which I think really puts into perspective how built this big is going to be. But other than that, this was just a lot of placing of the same blocks repeatedly, which took a while, as you'd expect. Now returning back to the video. Okay, well it's done. Unfortunately, it is nighttime now. But when I turn around, it's going to be morning! Yay! So to differentiate between all of the three layers, I'm going to use some dirt in between. Yes, I am. But it's going to be covered with like spruce because there was a lot of spruce in that build, the original one, the original house. I'm thinking of using like spruce shelves over here. Let me just show you what I mean. I'm thinking of doing this in between each layer. Honestly, it might not be a bad idea. I guess I'll think about that some more, but I'll see. Okay. But this does mean that my build is going to use some dirt, which is pretty funny, but oh well, I guess it is Minecraft after all. Maybe this dirt is like a tribute to my first actual ever house, which was a dirt box, but you know, when I say my first house here, I'm talking about my first like proper house where I was using my brain, you know. I'll turn off shaders for now, just for a little bit, just so my computer doesn't die. Bricks. Slightly normal block. The one after this is not going to be so normal. I mean, come on, quartz ore, what was I thinking? 4 blocks as well? Yeah, I think so. Okay. Let's just do this. I know it looks a little flat right now, but I do have some ideas for how to like make depth using different spruce blocks and such, and some unique windows, and maybe some walls. You know, wall blocks, which I honestly love. I think wall blocks are about as close as we're going to get to vertical slabs, besides these shelves, of course. Okay, well that's the second layer done. For now, we might as well just do the third layer, but I'm going to skip ahead to when I finish the quartz ore. So when I turn around, wow, that looks bad. For now it does. It will get better soon, but wow, that's awful. Also, I do want to have a chimney coming out here, so I'm thinking like 2 pillars maybe? One of them becomes a chimney, the other one just stays here for decoration maybe? I guess this certainly is one way to add depth to a build. Oh, that's so much better. Okay, should I add more pillars or no? Could I do something about this area here? I have an idea. I was trying so hard to add depth using just a random spruce blocks because I initially wasn't a big fan of like the 4 pillars at the front. I thought that they were a bit awkward, and I think the spruce kind of connects them well, I guess, and maybe makes the build look more structurally sound. But I did really enjoy using the new shelf blocks. They're not that new anymore, are they? I don't even know. And also, I did decide to change a few things and add a balcony on the second layer, which you're going to see in a second, and plan out the windows. Okay, I did not notice this while I was recording, but you can tell that I was on a Discord call while recording some of this, like, right now. And that's just something that's just going to be in the video, I guess, because I can't do anything about that. But, yeah, that was pretty funny. But also, I just think that I'm going to skip ahead with the voiceovers for a bit and just try to just, I guess, just have just gameplay with, like, music in the background for a bit, because, I don't know, I feel like I'm doing too many voiceovers sometimes. So yeah, see you in a bit. So I've been thinking about how I could texture this third layer, because the first two are pretty logical, you know, stone and cobblestone, granite and bricks make sense, it's good from a distance, but here, like, what is this, quartz ore? What was I thinking when I was a little kid? I guess a good starting point would be like just regular netherrack, because, I mean, it's just it, but without all the white, which, yeah, I mean, it's a starting point, but then, like, should I even try red wool? No, absolutely not. What about like mangrove? It's a little more... Mangrove is a little more saturated, I think, maybe. I've certainly seen worse. Like, I was already using the mangrove stairs for like the window details. I thought that they contrasted well, so... And... Not too bad. I mean, it's as good as it's gonna get, I think, because... Like, let's not ignore that, like, 9-year-old me was kind of insane for using this block. I think I just saw this in the creative mode inventory and thought, huh, that looks pretty cool. I think the best floorboard in general in Minecraft is just the humble beehive. Because it looks so polished and so neat, and how can I not use it? Barry B. Benson, I apologize. Well, this will take a while. I'm gonna just once again skip ahead to when I'm done with all of this, because this is just way too boring to be in the video. Alright, okay, second layer, I think I'm gonna use the humble dark oak. Just like a mix between the stripped logs and the planks, because, dude, this works as such a nice flooring. Like, this might be the most this might be the most underrated floor type in Minecraft using these two blocks like this. Might be better than the beehives, actually. Not too bad. I think logically the next one should be birch. I think the next floor is going to be birch wood, just because it's like a weirdly good contrast between the dark oak and the birch. It's like, I mean, it doesn't fit the red walls that well, but actually I think it fits them pretty well, I'm not going to lie. But I was also thinking of making like a wallpaper on this floor and like using, I don't know, some other block to make like a second wall, you know? But definitely not stone. There's no way I'm going to be using stone for that. I have been thinking, and I think I'm going to make like a second wall on the first floor, because I don't like the cobblestone that much, and I want this house to look a little more, I guess, modern in some sense. So I'll just, you know what, I'm just going to use the very, very classic design of like the quartz or pillar, sorry, no, the quartz pillar and the white terracotta. I really got to place in some lanterns here. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that right now. Just for the time being, I'll just place some, I think, all over the ground while I'm yet to make an interior. Yeah, this will take some time. I'm just going to skip ahead to when I'm done with this. I have an idea. I know I keep saying that, but I do have an actual idea right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make like a second wall here pretty much. So, I've realized that we forgot about the chimney. I kind of just build up the walls everywhere without taking into account the chimney that's supposed to go here, the fireplace down there. So there we go, there it is. No! Okay, let me just for now just fix up what I got going on over here. I guess that actually kind of works. Wait. Yeah, we go down here and it goes down to the fireplace down here. Okay. How are we gonna even turn this into like a real fireplace? What if I just wow, that is crazy. How did that fireplace get here? I think this is honestly pretty good. I'm just gonna leave it here, I guess. What are you doing here? Get off. Alright, I think it's time to address the elephant in this room. The roof. Before I tackle the interior, I just want to finish this roof so I can at least, you know, have a roof over my head while building this. Would be pretty nice. And I'm not too sure yet which blocks I'm going to use other than spruce like stairs, but for now I'm just going to start with only spruce stairs and also slabs over here, just to have like a framework, I guess. Alright, I'm just going to start off with a roof for this last story, so I could at least have a roof at first. What is happening? This is very confusing. I have neglected the chimney for way too long at this point. I'm thinking of transitioning it into like, I guess into cobblestone would be good. Hey, you know what? That kind of works actually. This is a very old school Minecraft building trick, but I guess it works. This is like the woodland mansion building trick essentially. I'll make it one block higher. Okay, I think it's about time that I finally tackle these walls over here, which are going to be cobblestone, because in the original house, this area was also made out of cobblestone, I guess. I guess if I was being fully faithful to the original house, then I would also make another like floor made of cobblestone here, but I just think that would look a little worse, so that's why I'm not doing that, in case you were wondering. Hey, that's not bad. For sure I'm going to add these stairs here as well. That's better. And then I'm going to texture it a little bit more. Oh man, I've done much better texturing in my life, I'm not going to lie. This looks pretty bad, but I think it's good enough. Might as well add the windows now. Oh, I just realized I completely forgot to do the door. Or the doors down here. A very simple building design, very simple door design. Just 2 doors and trap doors. Well, I guess next up is going to be the interior, and then after that I'm going to have to make a little bit of a garden here to be faithful to the original flower garden in the back, and also I gotta make like a hay bale fence. Not sure how I would even do that, to be honest. It kind of doesn't look right. I'll think of something, I don't know, I'll see. This hurts to look at. And this is very boring to look at. Hold on, this might be a little genius. Hey, I like that a lot. Guys, I have a confession to make. It's been like 2 weeks since the last clip was recorded, and I already began making the interior. Kind of. I began planning out the interior with these like placeholder blocks for, I guess, where certain rooms are going to go. As you can see, the first floor is going to be more like a living, typical house area. Second floor, a bit more living and Minecrafty and stuff. And third floor, books. And some other things. I think I should just begin with the downstairs, to be honest. Because, like, this feels like the most obvious place to begin. Hey, that works. I mean, that looks pretty lovely, I think. So the area back here that I already planned out is going to be the cake room, which I think I mentioned earlier. because in the original house there was like a table with a cake on it, which I think should turn into its own room at this point. I'm trying to make this area feel like it's like from a nice like cozy like village house or something. I should probably use the same log block, to be honest. Is that good? Okay, so I have off camera done some more work. I kind of redid the living room. I made this while I made this table into just like a small coffee table, I guess, not so much like a big whatever it was before, a pool table. And I added one more couch, which I think looks more cozy, but this moss has to go, man. There we go. That's, I mean, looks a little funny, but I guess it works, yeah. Man, I spent way too long on this interior. Like, I overthought every last detail, and I also didn't record every single bit, but, like, I probably spent, like, 2, maybe 3 weeks just, like, working bit by bit on different, like, rooms and stuff, because I was also kind of burnt out from this video. I'm honestly so tired of this video, but hey, at least it's almost over. It's a good video, though. And I'm realizing now that in some clips you can hear me clicking because I didn't mute the clips, because I wasn't thinking while editing, so that's just gonna stay. Too bad. Dude, this design that I used for like the barbecue on the deck is such an old design that I have. It's, I mean, it's a very simple design. It's not like anything crazy, I don't think, but I remember maybe like 6 years ago I was so proud of that design, except I think I used to use diorite instead of deep slate, which is not a good idea. And also, I just want to add that that balcony that you just saw is like the least important part of the build. I don't know why I thought that like I was gonna be proud of it. It's just a balcony, like there's not much to it at all. Also, I kept on remaking this like couch using the white beds, which you've probably seen at this point so many times because I didn't know where to put it because I wanted an excuse to use real beds. And I ended up putting it on the 4th floor, which you're gonna see pretty soon, but right now I'm still working on this, I guess, storage room. Like this room was meant to be the original couch room, or like the table couch room, but it became a storage room because this is still a Minecraft house after all, and there's not enough storage here. But then I did come back and I did finish this library. I did add a small writing space, which is a good touch. And also I added an armor stand. Honestly, while I was working on this build, I low-key forgot to do some of the more Minecraft rooms in the house, such as like the cobblestone room, or like the room of like the broom stand, or even the storage room. Like those are just normal Minecraft rooms. Why was I not thinking of that? Why was I thinking this as in like a real house? I don't know why, but at least I did add them. I also added some storage, and also I seem to have lost the footage of me making the 4th floor because I can't find it for some reason. So I'm gonna just show that like when I tour the house in the end, but just know that it was pretty boring. And now returning back to the video. Okay, it's been a while since the last clip was recorded. In fact, it's been so long that even my skin changed. But here we are, the interior is finally done. I hope we finished it off in the editing, and now it's time to tackle the last part of this entire transformation. The outside. So as you might remember, in the original house, there was a small garden in the back with like flowers and some hay bales on the side of the house and stuff like that. And also I was going to make a small shed where I could fit a nether portal inside of. So I also transformed this area here. I got rid of like the little hill that was here and the little pond that was here as well. And I thought about making a bit of a pathway going kind of up here along the house and like going this way towards the shed and have like a smaller pathway with like trees and a flower bed here. And the hay bales, I have no clue what to do. I think I might like put them around here. Can you shut up? Let's see, what is a good path block? I mean, should I just use the literal path block? Okay, slight update. I may or may not have already almost finished the shed. Kind of played around with some designs. And now, this shed's entire purpose is just going to be for the end portal, by the way. I'm not going to be making like a workshop in here or whatever. It's just not what I want to do right now. Man, who doesn't love yellow nether portals, you know? Okay. Door. Trapdoor. That's not right. The roof is going to be made out of cheap slate. Actually, no. You know what? Yeah. Oh no! No! I did not think about this. The measurements are all off. My math is wrong. By the way, I was thinking, should I texture the roof with this like dark oak wood, or should I not? Because I kind of like it whenever it's just the spruce, but could maybe look better. Kind of like what I did with this house. Sneeze. Yep. That's storage right there. I love storage. I also love air conditioning. But that is an issue for another day because this house or this shed does not have air conditioning. Oh damn it, it's not symmetrical. You know what? Screw symmetry, okay? That's done. It's finished. I don't care. It's done. It's over. Now the pond. What if I... Wow. Would you look at that? Yeah, I got pretty carried away. This garden is up, honestly, more than I thought it would be. Way more than I thought it would be. But hey, it's done. I think it's actually done. I don't know where to go from here. I added a lot of stuff. There's a pond. There's a tree, which isn't the best, but I mean, it's fine. I'm not the best at making trees. Some more trees, I guess. Also not the best. A wheat farm. Also, I did use these. That's not supposed to be here. Flower bed, close enough. Carrot farm, it works. Right here is a shed, which goes to an end portal. Sorry, no, a nether portal, because this is still a Minecraft house, let's not forget that. And some mild interior decorating, I guess. Back here, the path so goes here, there's more flowers, and there's a flower bed back here, which it's a little lame, it's a little like, basic, I guess, what I made here, but like, this is, I guess, a reference to the actual flower bed from the original house, which was just a bunch of random flowers. I missed the two most boring flowers in the game. Dandelions, which I hate, I honestly hate, and poppies, which are cool, but roses were better, okay? Man, there's way too many flowers here, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, I don't care, that's good enough. Back here, it kind of goes to nowhere. This will stay like this because I don't know what to do with this place. And the path goes back here. There's also some, like, tall ferns here. But, like, other than that, I think I'm actually done. I think I'm finally done with the house. Okay, I will do a short tour of what I made over the last, I guess, 2 months at this point, while we're here on this video. And then after that, I'm gonna do like a short, I guess, like little montage of this house with some chill music, which I hope you're gonna enjoy. Okay, so you come here to the house. There is the front doors here. That makes sense, yes. There's a closet. You know, we don't talk about this closet because it doesn't really work. Some more stuff. Painting. There's the living room with these honestly beautiful red couches, which I really like. The TV, it's a little awkward. It's fine. The dining room, which I quite like. The cake room, which I'm glad that I included because it's very important. You have this kitchen, which I'm honestly not the biggest fan of, but I think it works. Another exit to the outdoors. Hello. Some barrels. Oh yeah, the chimney, of course. Or like the fireplace. Going up, you have a bit of a bedroom here with like a table and stuff. And another table. Bit of a Minecraft room in here, I guess. Another Minecraft room in here. Bathroom. Bedroom. Armor stand. Stairs room. Room. And the library, which I thought would be a lot cooler, but you know what? I'm quite happy with it. I don't care. You could write lots of novels here. I should at least add like a potted plant here, shouldn't I? You know what? Last edition, I promise. Once again, it's still functional as a Minecraft house because there's still like the essentials, like this enchanting room, which I know this is not enough bookshelves, but it does get bookshelves from here as well, so it works. And this way, no, you do not. Bathroom, bedroom, and finally, this room. Actual Minecraft beds that you can sleep on. Finally. And a TV, and a storage room, and another bathroom, and another bedroom, which this bedroom is so cool. I don't know why, but I would love to live here. Making videos here and sleeping here and just jumping around because Minecraft is real life. We do not talk about that. That's pretty much the house. There's not much more to show. I realized I did not make a basement because I didn't even think to make one, to be honest, and honestly, that's fine. I don't care. Not making a basement. Nope. Why am I invisible? Yeah, I definitely did not disappoint my younger self. Like, to think where this house started with just like the small original house, and now we're here. It's pretty crazy to think about. I think it's also pretty funny that both the original house and the transformation were both made in creative mode. So you know what, this isn't even real Minecraft. I quit! So now, I hope you enjoy a short montage of the house and all the areas around it. While I say, thank you for watching, and I'm gonna see you later. Goodbye.